there's also an interesting thing with like on social media that if you are insufficient in an area, you then post it to make it look as if you are sufficient.
Yeah.
So if I'm like someone who is a little bit on the plumper side, and I want, yeah, but no, just let me land.
Cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who's, but they're also trying to, lean down a little bit. They've got a higher chance of like posting them at the gym, and it's almost like so they should because they want to be associated with that thing.
Good luck to my ancestors.
Hope they're well.
Hope they're well.
Great little caviar.
Very good caviar.
Which is,
And is it a bad thing because it's positively reinforced? If they're getting likes for being at the gym,
yeah.
probably increases that behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's also got the distortion to have the exact opposite effect.
Why?
Because you're assuming that everyone is positively and
No, because they're
enforced.
like, oh, if I'm at the gym and I post it,
Yeah. But if you then leave yourself vulnerable, because you're putting yourself in a very vulnerable state. If I'm putting myself at the gym, then I've also probably got a whole heap of people who are going to say they get out of the gym or it gets sent off to heaps of people. And then that,
Yeah, just you speaking about like people needing external validation, and that just puts into like who cares what everyone says.
that's another thing in terms of, if you're posting it, then you are expecting external validation.
yes.
And then your quote unquote fuel becomes external validation, which is
And you're at the
unsustainable.
whim of other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
which
is why
is not good.
if your motivation, quote unquote, so I have to do the quote unquote, not my word,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never,
never.
never, ever.
If that is your quote unquote motivation, then your demise will also be people's opinions because
Yeah.
that's what matters to you. And that's why big ups for Raheem Sterling, friend of the pod, hope as well. He says never listen to opinions, good or bad. And I've very much tried to be aligned with that for as long as possible because I know that the good opinions, if I rely on good opinions, there's going to be a whole heap of negative ones that I'm also relying on.
But also, what value do those opinions have?
Yes, I agree.
Remember, like, I think we may have spoken about it last couple of episodes. It's like, if most people don't even like themselves, why are you worried about what they think
So,
about you?
I saw another one. It was like,
Oh my goodness, we're turning into the people, those influencers who post the advice. We're just sharing quotes now.
regurgitating.
this
Yeah.
was another one. It was why care about external validation from a world that crucified the perfect man.
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about there. And let me just, actually, to be fair, if you said that after what I said, you would have been putting the sprinkles on top.
Okay.
But
So next time, apparently, wait for Nick to speak, okay? Wait your turn. Hand up, please, Alfie.
yes, you. No. So what I've got here is from Chris Williamson as well.
Okay.
I've seen what makes you boo.
Yeah.
I don't want your cheers or something like that.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty. And I've put this in here. I've got the actual quote. I can't remember what it
Is
is.
it from Rick and Morty?
Yeah. I was
That's
hoping.
wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but you'd imagine it to be the most like you could say inspirational thing, but it was so dead if you watch the actual video. Like it's just
Did Rick say it?
I don't know who's who, but
Blue hair?
I don't look at hair. Remember, I don't know what I don't remember those things.
Professor? Old sort of guy?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. He's very like nihilistic, sort of.
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, a bit more than that. He's like, life is meaningless. Love is nothing but a chemical reaction. Type.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay.
What is it? I don't know if I've actually got it down. Oh yeah, your boos mean. I love English. Your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer. And in that case, I think that one is quite powerful from the cartoon show.
How did we caviar onto that?
That's Chris Williamson.
Okay.
Do you not remember him saying that?
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But from what we were actually speaking about.
Which
It was me. It was my fault. It was
no, that was
No, it's good.
yeah,
It's good.
it was congruency and being aligned with your word.
It's congruent to what we were speaking about.
It's good use of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we were speaking about the narrative as well, keeping promises to
Yeah.
yourself. That's the main thing. That's why mundane tasks, doing that, are really important because you need to give yourself evidence that you're the type of person to, follow through with what you say.
Do you have any instances where you've felt per se wanting to quit or not quit entirely? I don't think anyone in this room is wanting to quit, but someone who is maybe
It
not.
takes more activation energy to keep going.
Yeah, sure.
It would probably be main thing is like physical activity.
Mhm.
You'd find the same thing because we were footballers for so long. It's the narrative is inbuilt that in my day, no matter what, I'll do something active.
Yeah.
Even whether you're like sick or you're really busy. Like if I've got an exam, I'll still try wake up and do physical activity before an exam because that's what I do. It's not as if I need to like assure myself that I need to schedule it in for this time. It's kind of an inbuilt part of me now.
Yeah.
But I think narratives can work. You need to give a lot of evidence in the positive direction to think, oh, I'm the type of person to do this. But then one mishap gives a lot more evidence proportionally to the other side. So if you stop once, then the whole notion of, oh, I'm the type of person that doesn't quit
Yeah.
goes out the window. So
Yeah.
I think it can work negatively a lot quicker.
Big ups Notion, by the way, one of the best software out there. I did this last time actually. I think remember One Direction. Big ups, hope they well.
Yeah. I said One Direction and he...
Big up One Direction.
Whenever I'm talking and actually on topic, which is rare, he'll interrupt to make some
Big ups, hope they well.
some joke comment.
Oh, but that's actually
Some
really
pun.
the point. So I think that
Thanks, man.
if we speak about like if you have 7 days in a week and you're training on 6, but you miss one of those 6, and you've actually got 5 out of 7 or 5 out of 6 days that you're meant to be training, and 5 out of 7 of which you have trained in that week, and let's say you forget one. What I always used to do, if I couldn't fit it in, and this happened a lot when I was traveling, I could maybe only get 5 days of training. The next week I'd have to make up for it, and because I took 2 rest days that week, I would always make up for it.
But I don't think it's even that. Because like rest days aren't necessarily a bad thing. It's making the promise being like, today I'm training. And only you will know it. And then be like, oh no, I didn't go.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that rest days are a good thing. That's why I've limited it to 1 per week.
Yeah.
But when I took 2 because I was traveling, like I'm sure it was the same thing when you'd go overseas, it'd take 2 days of traveling. So those are 2 rest days for you.
Yeah.
So then I'd make up for it the following week.
Yeah.
To prove the point. Because it's not like that one training session actually made a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just that to stay congruent with the narrative that I show up every single time and do more, then I have to prove that.
But then it's also a challenging thought. It's why is your like narrative so sensitive?
I agree.
Which I think is a bigger point because I think we both had it with football. We had to train individually so much to keep our narrative of whether that be we're like worthy to be at this level or that we have that work ethic. Why is it so sensitive?
Yeah.
Why is it at the whim of one mishap or even one like traveling day?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something I've tried to challenge as well.
I agree with you. I don't think anything needs to change but the thought pattern around it though, because I don't think it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Because it's not like that one training session makes you become X% better, but it's also not like
it's being driven, not dragged, right?
Yeah, but I guess, but in that case, if you're being driven, you'd still also want to train that day.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying it's like the thought process around it, not being like, I have to do this because it's my narrative, and if I don't, it's almost like tasks then, right? I need to do this because if I don't, then my narrative falls, and then what happens? As opposed to being like, I'm the type of person that does this because it's almost putting it in a positive frame.
Yeah.
Whereas I've definitely fallen into the, I have to do it because I'm this type of person, and if I don't, what happens? Whereas I don't think you don't do all this work to build this narrative for it to be that sensitive.
Yeah. You're definitely right in terms of it shouldn't be at the whim of one poor execution. Although when it is at the whim of poor execution, then it suggests that it's not as
inbuilt
as it should be.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm saying. If your narrative was that strong, which really for both of us it should be because we've had that much evidence.
Yeah.
And we've thought about it a lot as well, and there's a lot of thought behind it. It should be that strong.
Yeah. I would say that, no offense to you or me here, but I would say we probably lacked a little bit of nuance on it as well.
Oh, 100%. I don't even think that's offensive. I think that's just a fact.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I just don't want to be like too mean.
Okay.
But this
to yourself.
I can be mean to myself.
Merely a donkey.
Yeah, I just don't want to be too mean to my co-founder here.
Oh, okay.
But
it's never stopped you in the past.
Just on camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. He's really nice.
Yeah.
Help me.
But I think that, and actually, maybe after you just finished.
Sorry, allergic reaction.
So
Yeah.
maybe we can speak about. Remember the thing that I told you that I was going to say to Alfio, and what I've been working on and preparing for, and to say if I can do it, he can do it. Remember, Alfio, hit us with that Minecraft munch sound effect.
Viewer discretion advised. The following topics may be uncomfortable for you to listen to if you or anyone you know is affected by eating disorders.
Tofu bofu?
No, no,
Yes
no.
or no?
Oh, kind of, but it was about the eating disorder.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember how I said to you, I was doing this thing to see if I can do it.
Yes, I get
So
you.
then-
You can flip a switch.
Flip a switch, wake up on the other side of the
Yes,
bed, and
yes.
change everything. And that's where I realized, and a lot led up to that point where I could actually
Yeah.
flip the switch. But putting it in perspective, like, oh, if I actually do stuff up, or if I do feel like doing something that's not completely aligned,
Yeah.
I have so much evidence to suggest that I can still be disciplined.
Yeah.
And not that that is more nuanced per se, but I do think that it allows me to have more flexibility in that.
Yes.
And not that I like that, but it's more realistic for long-term sustainability.
I think so. Because if you have too rigid schemas about it,
Mm.
say physical activity, I'm the type of person that trains every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes your priorities or your work for the business or for uni or whatever may not actually require directly physical activity. So you should be able to go, say, 2 weeks prioritizing the important things, not training, but then also maintain the narrative after those 2 weeks that, oh, I train every day because that's who I am. Do you
Okay.
agree? Because I feel like if you have it so rigid, why are you applying why do you have to execute the narrative that you've done in the past
Yeah.
your whole life?
I would say that can work for specific people in terms of like, if physical activity really isn't important to you or who you are, in terms of a professional athlete or someone who really cares about their physique, for example, sure. But I would still say that there are specific things that you should do every single day that no matter what the day is, should still be executed upon, which is what the Sculpted app's really about.
Which is, yes. So physical activity is probably a poor example.
Well,
and I think
it
when
could
you
be
say the
walking.
compass as well, I think it's more like your ideal self, right?
Yeah.
The character that you portray.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you can just do these things that make you who you are, that's why, for example, product owner here of the Sculpted app, you've got the core fundamental features of the app so that even if you're not able to do the things that make you even better, you're still doing the main core principles of the Sculpted app,
Yes.
which is still sculpting yourself. If you do these things, the bare minimum, and you don't have the best day, that's why in the journal, if you just complete the journal each day, you're doing the bare minimum and you still are improving.
Yeah.
Because you're at least making tomorrow better today. Because you're acknowledging how I can be better tomorrow, today.
Yes.
That's a great little, yeah.
No, just hand up.
Yeah.
No,
Off
but
it.
what are those things for you? Like those non-negotiable non-negotiable things that you have to do in a day that make it a good day for you.
Okay, so in my journal, I write down how do I feel, what did I do, I give my training, so that's the first thing. Physical training, like I think when you say physical as well, going for a walk in and amongst that busy schedule of not doing physical exercise still helps you be more productive for the thing that you're doing anyways, even if it's not exercise.
Do you believe that?
Going for a walk,
Yeah.
going outside, do you not feel? I mean,
Going
that's coming
outside-
from someone who's my parents call me a hermit crab or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, going outside every now and then, smelling the grass
Yep.
helps.
Touching grass.
Smelling is a bit weird.
Why?
Yeah, no, that was me. I said smelling. You're right. It is touching
It is
grass.
touching
not
grass.
smelling.
Yeah.
you just
Imagine-
see me.
Yeah.
It's grass. Some of
Yeah.
the best grass in the country.
If you see Nick doing that, just know what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm just getting out.
It's helping his productivity, apparently. Smelling grass.
Okay, so training. Then I reflect on what did I do to improve today. Then I explain how did I execute my day. This is all like high level stuff. I'd say the only important thing there is really training, but everything else is a little bit more high level. Then I've got my to-do list, planning that out. Then I have my alignment, so the compass feature, talking about how I was aligned with the things that I strive to be each day. And it also could be how I wasn't aligned with that. And that then makes tomorrow better. That's also the very, very poor version of what the sculpting score should look like, if you can
Yeah.
tell. That's why we need an algorithm so that I don't have to do these ones all day.
Okay.
And then it also counts my streaks so that I don't have to count the days.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I've got sleep, so I give a sleep score. just out of hours. Then I've got my non-negotiables. Then I've got any habits. Then I've also got any goals that I've been working on or any data that I've also wanted to keep an eye on. Then I've got an extension of the compass feature, and then a countdown of until said deadline. For me, I always like seeing how many days are left in the year. And then I've got a limits tracker as well. And if you can do those, if you can just do the bare minimum, reflect on those things, and it could just be a yes or no. You are doing the bare minimum. Everything else upon that is a bonus. And if you can just do that every single day.
And even the way you would have built that probably aligns with your characteristics and your ideal self. I don't think you like willingness to improve, that those sort of big movers or big traits, I think sum up that. It's the questions aren't the important part, but how you would have formulated that is almost every day you would live just by completing that. It's showing that you have a willingness to learn, willingness to improve. You're dedicated, and that's sort of like in itself sort of a compass to live by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say though that like an extension to that is I did also do a lot of things compared to like the last few years as a new feature in my journal. So every year, the way that I actually got to the Sculpted app was through doing a journal every single year. Oh, that's Google Meets. That's essentially like every single year I would write down the next year's journal and what I want to do every single day. I started in 2019 maybe. No, it was when I was in Germany the first time. And I was just writing it on my phone each day. And I then got back to Australia, and then I was like, okay, let's do the journal. And then when I was at Sydney FC, I think it was 2019, started to do it. And then every single year I was like, I really enjoyed doing the journaling. It helped me think better, X, Y, and Z. And then I continued to improve the journal each year. And then this year I was like, I think we can just turn this into the Sculpted app. And then here we are.
Bob's your uncle, hey?
Bob is not my uncle, Peter. But yeah.
No, Robert.
Nah, you go, Robert?
I got a Robert, so technically I got a Bob.
Wow, Bob is your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob, Bob. I'll see it. Okay. Well, that's a caviar.
Yeah.
One of our lowest. It's a barramundi.
Yeah, that was a barramundi.
We now rate our caviars by.
Barramundi's a pretty good fish.
But it's a staple fish. It's like we want that black cod. That black cod caviar.
I said something else for a second. I was like,
Can we please keep that?
Yeah, and we're keeping that in.
Wow.
We've got that black cod caviar. Or that salmon caviar. But no, that was barramundi caviar. Although
we really digested off David Senra.
Yeah, we did.
Founders.
So let's bring it back.
Yeah.
I think Usher said something like that one time. I'm sure he has. If he hasn't, I'm sure he has said it one time. Just for the one time. So, actually, we'll go through. We'll skip the next one, which is like.
So we're skipping David Senra.
No. These are all the notes from it.
Okay.
This was just a timestamp, but.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really great context. Although we'll skip it. Let's go into. Okay, I can't have too big of an ego that inhibits my own progress. So, for example, if I refuse to never do the dirty work of, let's say.
Come on. Be nice.
With the bus
It's one of the sculpted workers.
Actually,
Yeah.
see, Colleen.
Merry Christmas if I don't see you before. Merry Christmas. Have a good Christmas, New Year. Yeah. I'll see you at Hunter Valley.
Yeah. You guys all coming?
what festival?
Oh, well, you'll be there.
Yeah, you're coming as well.
No. Nick's designated driver.
Okay, sweet.
Was I not caviar to this conversation?
You were.
I think you're giving yourself a haircut.
May I add, quite good.
Did you do that yourself?
Live in the flesh, Jack Saw.
Oh wow.
Ciao.
See you later.
Yeah, we trimmed up.
You're getting better each time, I can't lie.
Yeah, it's so much cleaner. Usually there's like a few.
Yeah.
It's very nice now.
The thing is, you've butchered your hair before, so you're not scared to do it.
It's facts.
Our hair's too long. If we butcher it,
Yeah.
it's butchered.
More like too beautiful than if we butcher it. There's too much to lose. Yeah.
It's like,
I know.
Too much to lose. Just like you lost your dignity last night, Jack.
How did I lose my dignity?
Cool.
Oh, I didn't. My
You know.
we're firing shots here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait. I wonder what Nick's
It's 99, I think.
is it.
I would say it's
I
probably.
mean, maybe it literally could still be 100. I don't even know if we classify that as 99.
No, we do.
Yeah, it's
It's
just.
just because it's so perfect.
Yeah, 99.
Jax was. Alpheus?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to do it. I'd be somewhere along there, though.
I remember I did it with you back a day, Alpheo.
Yeah, but that was in year 9.
Yeah. Back on topic because we don't have time.
Times 3 plus a few.
That's a bit of a weird one. I have an idea for the Sculpted app. How about a quick call
Who's that?
from LinkedIn saying I've got an idea for the Sculpted app? It's a bit of a weird one.
That's good though.
Oh, it's probably like a scam.
Could you put them onto me? I'm product.
Yeah,
Head of, yeah.
I think Alfeo's a good name.
Alfeo is a hot name.
It's unique. Like,
I don't-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
niche too.
Niche. Yeah, you could definitely make a company out of it because it's that niche. It's good. Supply and demand.
Just
Yeah.
great. My name could be a company.
Alfeo, yeah. Be bankrupt in a few minutes, but
Wow.
okay. Caviar. We really don't have much time. So, he's right here. Hit us with a cut.
Yep.
So I was saying that if you have too big of an ego, you can inhibit your own progress. For example, if you refuse to never do the small things to make a bigger company. So, for example, if you are needing to do lead generation, but you refuse to do it because you think I shouldn't be doing that, I'm more important, then you actually miss out on really, really valuable lessons that are in there. And it may be a really, really important ingredient to the overall recipe. So, for example, let's say it's the baking soda. You forget to do the baking soda in the cake, your cake doesn't rise. And quite potentially doing something like lead generation or doing something that you may not want to do because of your ego may actually later inhibit the progress. Although you could also say the exact reverse of that, which is if you do the small stuff at the very beginning and you don't outsource it, then who does the important things? And there's always going to be a evil side and a good side, although I really don't think that you can get a perfect situation.
Yeah.
There's always a give and take, and that was my main takeaway actually from this episode, was that you really don't know what's right or wrong, and even it kind of feeds into my thing on advice. Like, you can never really give great advice because you don't know how that person is, you don't know how they will react, you don't know what they're going to do with it.
They haven't lived your life.
They haven't lived your life. Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
got any TC and C and Qs in there?
Thoughts.
What's careers, questions, concerns?
Seriously, you've made an acronym for that as well, have you?
The Donski, but you know me.
You are very good at that.
Thank you.
Oh, I hate giving him compliments. I'd say there's both a good and evil side to ego. I think it depends in what aspect and what chapter of life you are as well. So if you're starting a business, you need to have the ego to actually do everything, do the hard work to get you to a place where then you can outsource. But then you need to let go of your ego to obviously maximize and actually be as productive. We spoke to Aria about it.
Yeah.
It's tough if it's your like baby and you've done everything to get it to a certain level to kind of let go of your ego and be like, put trust in other people. But I think that's natural. Like what we spoke about with like how your pursuit is also just you building character. Naturally, I think that's sort of the arc you go on, right?
Yeah.
You almost, your ego is at the level where you feel like you can do most things. And then as you evolve, you sort of need to let go of your ego a bit more.
Yeah, I would argue, when do you know that it's the right time? Because there is always a level, and this is what he spoke about. Big up David Senra. The best founders are the ones who are the A to Z founders. They know everything about the company. I spoke to you about it in terms of like, right now, the Sculpted app is here. Like, we actually can't point a finger on it. Like, I can go past a tree, every single tree, and say, that's a tree, and we know everything we need to know about trees because it's a tangible, physical thing that there's an objective truth of what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas for the Sculpted app or any business idea, unless it's a physical product, you really cannot point to what that business is. And we have to have such a good idea of what that is that you almost have to be in everywhere or every single aspect of the business. And he gave the Elon Musk example to where Elon was so heavily involved in SpaceX, for example, now probably less. But in the early stages, you have to be an A to Z founder to where you know every single moving part of the business and how it works.
Because you're saying because it's not a physical thing, it is pretty much a pigment of your imagination or your vision.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It is that, because then it's like, for example, if I know that we need to get more users onto the app, for example, who do I go to get more users onto the app? Do I go speak to the developers, or do I go speak to the marketing team? If I was wanting to make a tree grow, it's pretty simple. Give it sun and water.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. But I don't know how I get more users on the app. Do I speak to the marketing team to get more users? But maybe they get us the wrong type of users because maybe we're just selling a lifestyle and that's it, but the product sucks.
Yeah.
So, and then maybe I got to speak to you because I'm like, Jack, we need more features that are good. And then I got to speak to the developers. Now we need to make those features. Like, there is no tangible perspective on who directly I need to go to.
So what
especially
was
in
the
early days.
solution for David Senra saying A to Z founders are the best?
Well,
What do they do well?
they know every part of the business. So, for example, if I was to be, okay, we're 2 years in, we've got 200,000 users, and we're struggling to get users now, I will then look at my data and I'll say, what has got us users previously? And I say, either we try and do that same thing again, or we now use that data to make a more comprehensive plan
Okay.
to get more.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who's outside of the business and just managing people per se, it's more, and that's not a bad thing. I think that happens down the line.
Yeah.
But if I don't know how my company runs in the early days, I have to be calling the shots. From 0 to 10 million, the founder should be calling every single shot like this. There
Yeah.
shouldn't be much time for thinking.
Yeah.
It really is go, 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 and risk. It's really risky, but just do it because guess what? I think there's actually more risk in not taking risk in the early stages
Yeah.
because then the growth is there's no potential to actually become non-linear. If it's just linear progress, there's no risk there that enables you to then take over the competition.
But any business gets to the point where it is make or break, and without giving risk, you don't even give yourself the chance to make it.
Very good point.
Almost.
Yeah.
And I think what you're saying about you have to be across the whole business is you really need to integrate yourself in the early stages and all the experiences
Yeah.
so that then you give yourself the knowledge for the future being like, oh, this is what we need to do now.
Yeah.
I think if you don't fully integrate yourself, there's no way of you're not learning from anything, are you? You might like hit the jackpot on one, like we'll get this amount of users, but the next time, what means that you'll be able to recreate that?
Yeah. Which we speak about a lot in terms of like wealth recreation, for example. If you don't know how to recreate what you have previously done before, then are you actually that thing? If I accidentally turned up to 5 out of 6 training sessions, that was good for me, and I just accidentally did it, then next week it's pretty rare that I'm actually going to do it again because I don't know how I did it. Horrible example.
Horrible example, but I think we get your point.
Yeah, bringing it back to the overarching message.
Message of what?
Congruency.
7 kg bicep curls.
Oh! Relevant?
How's your boxing? Oh no, that's a caveat. Sorry,
Yeah.
we'll
No.
cut it
For
up.
I think actually we've gone through most of the juice
Okay,
for this episode.
Yep.
We can caviar into some more lighthearted stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll give a life update. We haven't seen Alfio in a while, have we? Have we?
Not
3 episodes.
Yeah, not on
I
camera.
haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't seen each other.
But for the listeners.
How's the? Oh, I'm alive now. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Because you were there.
Yeah, I was really bad that day.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah,
That wasn't great.
yeah. I was trying to hold on by a thread.
Yeah.
How's the boxing going?
Yeah, it's going good.
When did you first fight?
I'm hoping early next year.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Sculpted away
I
days.
I think I'm ready. Yeah. You guys are gonna see knockout. Trying to go knockout first fight, hopefully. But yeah,
Damn.
In Yeshua.
in Yeshua. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. We made that. You know how.
Yeah, no, he treats me well.
Surprised too. 'Cause I don't know. Yeah.
I can't go into it, but
Can we cut this or?
okay, we're definitely gonna have to cut this.
Yeah.
We really need to cut all
Well,
of this.
So how long is this even meant to be? Because it's already been going for like 2 hours now.
No, that
Is
is
it do 2?
yeah, but that's not 2 hours actually. The timestamp is like it shows you that's 1 hour in. It just compounds on top. It's a little bit confusing.
Okay.
But yeah, we
You
can
do confuse me, Nick,
I'll take it.
because you're just so fascinating.
Okay, thanks.
What else is new in your life?
Well, we need to
Okay.
need to make a distinct cut there in the timeline.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
We're catching up on life.
Oh, but
Yeah.
when you said distinct cut.
No, from now on we can speak about normal stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just started 2 new jobs, so yeah, just really chilling, going with the flow, ready for the Christmas break. I got a offer at the university.
Oh, you got it, yeah?
I got one of them.
Okay.
I got to
Because today you find out the rest, right?
No, on the 22nd, 23rd. So
Okay.
soon. But
Beg pardon.
I got a
He burped
oh,
internally.
Not burped. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, but yeah, no. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna disclose it, but I'll tell you guys later.
Okay.
But what about you guys? What's been happening? We'll start with Jack because I've seen Nick.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. What's been happening? I'm now a coach at UNSW because I've had to retire prematurely.
Nick told me that.
Yep. I'm actually really enjoying that because it's sort of what I want to do in sports psychology. Like, I'm not trying to coach the whole team. We have 2 other coaches.
Yeah.
But I just do individual stuff. And like, so I'm enjoying that. Uni's finished. Yeah, we're going to Noosa over the New Year, which should be all right.
Mm.
Other than that, a few stories
Who's
for
going?
family, and then a mate's family are going as well, so I'll have mates there. And then a few stories for off camera too.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
This is nice. Have you been there?
Yeah, I have been.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I hope it's good over New Year's though.
Yeah. Do you go to Noosa, like, you stay in Noosa or Noosa Heads, like right on the beach?
I think it's Noosa Heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nick.
Nick,
Well,
how are you disapproving of my story?
I didn't disapprove. That was
You gave me
No,
one of your judgmental
no, no,
looks.
no, no.
Yeah, the side eye was really.
I was going for a dramatic
Oh, okay.
Nick.
Nick, finally, the main event. These idiots have stopped telling me about their day and their lives.
I can't do anything wrong if I was first. I'd be the most important. If I was last, I'd be the most important. I can't do anything. Everything's just, yeah. Okay.
You're a victim.
I'm.
Victim
Stop,
mentality.
don't do that. I'm not a victim. I'm not
Oh,
a victim.
it's challenging his narrative. He hates it.
Okay, so I can maybe give a sculpted app update because I've seen Alpha.
Why not your life? We care about your life.
Nobody cares.
The
about
man behind the mask,
Okay, baby.
Thank you.
Nicholas.
Okay. Well, we've only really been out for 1 week, so I guess to be fair, anything that's a big update is a little bit too personal. But I can give a sculpted app update, which is really good. So, new co-founder alert. Who's the co-founder as well? Binol! Big friend of the pod. Very, very good progress for the sculpted app. And Jack and I also came to the conclusion that I'm moving to Sydney once we get investment, and someone's moving in with me.
Why are you looking at me?
So
Alfio is moving in with Nick.
I didn't know.
you didn't know.
I did
Yeah.
not.
So welcome to my house in Sydney, Alfio. When I move to Sydney, you're moving with me if that's okay with you.
Okay.
You don't have a say. When we get investment.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry.
Yeah. Where in Sydney are you planning on staying? I thought we were like.
Yeah.
planning this for the Gold Coast.
Gold Coast is year 2, year 3. Year
I love
4.
how Nick's
Planning Alfio's life.
yeah, it's a very joint decision
Mm.
where Nick comes up with the ideas and then he
Tells you later.
yeah.
At the end of the day, even if, because I could be going to uni in Newcastle.
Yeah, I did think about that as well.
So at the end of the day, I could travel for podcasts, even if I'm not living there straight away.
I will caveat with that, which is I think it'd be a great thing if Alfio moved in because then sleeping in doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Just
But also,
I was gonna throw some shade as well. When you're 10 minutes away and you're late,
Yeah.
imagine being.
it was just sleep coming on me. Like I'm not usually.
It's called banter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I might be getting just if I get like an offer for a Sydney uni.
Yeah.
Then that could work a lot easier.
Chatswood.
Chatswood.
That's where I'm looking at.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then
Chatswood.
Whitechapel it's central. It's close to not too close to Jack, but it's
Not too close to me so that I have to see you guys too much. Thank goodness.
I mean that in terms of it's also on the train line to Central Coast. Accessible to Jack.
It is a perfect train line to the Central Coast.
Yeah, it is. And then additionally now you can get Barangaroo and all that from the city. Straight to Chatswood. And then additionally you can go straight to Parramatta from Chatswood as well. So
Why do you want to go to Parramatta?
well, I think that there's a few people from the team who'll be located in Parramatta.
Okay.
So that works really well for everything. So I think I'll need to move down to Sydney.
So it was a great idea from Nick and Alfio. You're along for the ride.
Yeah.
Cool.
To be fair, also rent's covered. So you don't need to worry about that. Don't say anything. It's covered.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, good. Because when Alfio were doing our financials, remember?
Yeah.
One thing I also forgot that we didn't equate was haircuts, and you get spending on a haircut. So think about that. You don't need to get spending on haircuts because we'll just do each other haircuts.
Oh, you're gonna trust Nick with your hair.
Like even with the fades, but like I'm not just looking for a fade.
Okay, but we can definitely get better. Like imagine
Yeah.
spending $50 a week.
I know, but Alfio's a masterpiece.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but we can definitely get to the point where it's like we can just do each other's haircuts to save money, and it's like so much quicker. Yesterday it was like 30 minutes. Go to the hairdressers, hour. Wait,
Hour?
Oh, what hairdresser?
it took me an hour and a half, bro, when I got mine, and I was like,
Seriously?
that's why I'm never
I book in with my guy. You book in, go in.
Really?
Half an hour, gives you a little head rub.
Mm.
See you later.
later. I like it.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for haircuts?
I'm not disclosing that information. I don't get haircuts, I just let it grow.
So, or you just chop the top.
Now, nothing.
Nothing.
I just, if it gets a bit frizzy, I just get the top redone so that I can keep growing them.
The top redone, what do they do?
I'm just thinking, Nick, because I just, like I said, just got 2 new jobs.
Yeah, this is in a few months down the line.
Okay, sweet.
And also just remember that you'd be paid from Sculpted app as well.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
we'll definitely speak about it off camera.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it.
more off camera.
Yeah, I'm just saying it on camera for the sake of the narrative of I'll just take you and you have no say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Narrative, yeah, it's definitely a joke, guys.
Just cut the details.
Okay,
We'll just keep you in the.
you're coming with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I'll put a cut in it.
Yeah. You think it's what?
that's it. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 9 a.m. So, calls to action. Jack, you hit us off for the first up.
Calls to action. Subscribe to the Sculpted Podcast YouTube channel.
Please.
Download the Sculpted app. Follow on TikTok, Instagram. Subscribe on LinkedIn to the newsletter. Subscribe to BTS. Follow Nick on Instagram.
We're gonna add follow Jack on Instagram too now.
I don't have
follow
Instagram.
Jack on Instagram.
Oh really?
I'm humble.
Fair. Hey, that's. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I know.
We have said that before.
See, maybe my purity. Oh, damn it. We're gonna.
Yeah.
We'll cut it after the set. Follow Nick on Instagram. See you later.